Warning. The following video contains spoilers from AMC's The Walking Dead.
Hi, they call me the Governor. And after watching the second episode of Season 7, all I have to say is I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get to see Rick die or suffer. Guess I'll wait. What we did see instead is we picked up where Carol and Morgan had left off. Carol had been shot by that savior, and Morgan made a decision that killing sometimes is okay. I support that decision 100%. So they were assisted and rescued by some Ren Fair enthusiasts. I assume they're Ren Fair enthusiasts because if they were with the SCA, the costumes and the props would be much, much more accurate. They ran into some biters on the way back to the home base of the Knights of the Cuckoo Table, and Carol had some interesting visualizations, seeing them as people instead of just biters, and a chance that what Lizzie had is contagious. So Morgan and Carol end up in this community that calls itself the Kingdom, with a king and everything. Get a load of this guy. And his kitty.
It pleases me to see you up and about, Carol. I am King Ezekiel. Welcome to the Kingdom. What do you think of the Kingdom, Carol? What do you think of the King?
Carol, what do you think of my kingdom? And what do you think of the king?
I think you're amazing.
I'll tell you what she was thinking. These people have been playing way too much D&D. I have to say that my first thought once King Ezekiel introduced himself was, and they call me crazy? Forget fruit time. Bring out the nuts. Carol understandably wanted to get out of there. Morgan was doing his best not to judge, but even he wanted to get back to Alexandria and among people who at least had most of their marbles. So Morgan ends up teaching this one guy how to use the staff. I wonder if he'll be an expert in 2 episodes or if they're going to wait 3 to make it a little more realistic. And he also finds out that the kingdom is under the thumb of the saviors. Now I'll be interested to see what happens with them having provided swine filled with biter meat to the saviors, what kind of effect it'll have on them. We didn't really get to see what happened with Gareth and his pals when they ate the flesh of someone about to turn, thanks to, Rick and his red-handled machete. But this hidden act of defiance may be the first step in an eventual revolt that all the towns could come together and maybe put an end to the saviors. Negan sure seems to recruit some major assholes. Even I want to see them gone. Finally, Carol leaves, and doesn't leave. More on that in a little bit. But not before finding out that King Ezekiel is actually not some nutbag. He's actually more of a con man who wants to use his powers for good. That's all well and good. And it's interesting that he was originally a zookeeper. You gotta wonder, though, what origin does Negan have? What was he before? Maybe a Walmart greeter? Welcome to Walmart. Bam! Carol doesn't go too far. She was urged to go, but not go. Whatever that means. But she didn't go too far, and she evicted the former tenant of this nice little house with a metal fenced-in yard. And then who shows up at the door but the king himself, bearing some fruit, and maybe he wanted to tempt her with something else. Poor Tobin. How can he compete with a king who has a tiger? Before I go, I'd like to talk to a group of people out there. These people have a little difficulty determining the difference between an actor and a character. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is an actor, and some people got so upset by the deaths of a couple of their favorite characters that they actually sent him death threats. He didn't kill anybody. Some people blame Norman Reedus for Glenn's death. I blame Daryl. Norman Reedus is the actor who plays Daryl. They're actors. Come on. A lot of these characters that you love to hate. Well, remember this guy? Yep. People hated him. They thought he was mean and cruel and evil, and in real life, one of the nicest guys you want to know. How about this guy? He played a wife beater, a drunk, and he did the most unforgivable thing. He was rude to Rick Grimes. But in real life, a person I'm very proud to call my friend. What he calls me, well, we won't go there. So really, people, these are actors. They follow a script. It's not their fault when your characters die. They're just doing what they're shown to do. And you know, Stephen, Michael, they're alive and well. I saw them with my own eye. They're fine. But if you're really that upset about Jeffrey Dean Morgan, don't worry. I took care of it. I'll be back next week. And it looks like Daryl's going to have a rough time of it. I can't wait. Governor, out.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Here's a couple more I think you might enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe. Remember, those who subscribe survive.